Ooh, good sound. Anyone who's been in this cardboard life for a very long time understands any video and anything going on today, the last 3 months, the last 6 months, the last 12 months particularly. This is the abnormal era. Okay, we have a very large influx of people who are new to the card world. We have businesses all over the United States who didn't even know what a Pokemon and Poke Your Mom. Nobody knew what it was 12 months ago. And now you have everything from car dealerships to the gas station to the car wash, literally to, hey, if you let my guys tile your floor or put new carpet in your house, you get a free box of Pokemon. Like, this is, I keep making these videos discussing how the world of Magic and Pokemon right now is extraordinarily historical, rare, and everything happening now is not normal. Most of you watching this channel right now, you Final Fantasy or Lord of the Rings, green box, right? The best set ever. But then when the One Ring's pulled, it'll tank, right? But let me remind those of you who are new here that the idea of every product coming out and everybody demanding any allocation they can get is the most asinine, bizarro world thing I've seen the 20 years I've been doing this. I've been with distribution now. I've been with distribution, wholesale, business ownership, LGS ownership, 16 to 17 years on at least having an account. Well, it wasn't a big fish or a big whale. The first few years I was doing distribution, I was like you guys. I would get like a couple cases and, I would open them and sell singles and maybe sell individual packs at the local store. That was how I started. But I just need to remind you all that, Dominaria Remastered, one of my favorite new sets. This one little box, I don't even have a case. I'm lying, there's cases. And completely every box of this I have, wholesale store cost on this years ago was $150 a box. During the Cynthia Philip Morris Funko Pop, wait, what? Hang on, guys. Cynthia Williams from Wizards of the Coast, who left Wizards to ruin Funko Pops. In less than 18 months, Cynthia Williams was fired? Fact check. I need someone in the comment section. Is it true? Cynthia Williams from Wizards of the Coast? Did she just get... No way. They're fucking Funko Pops. Did she destroy Funko Pops already? Did they already get rid of Cynthia? Who's going to hide the cigarettes inside the kids' toys? Somebody fact check below. Somebody comment. Did Cynthia Williams really lose her job at Funko Pops already? You can't. It's Funko Pops. How do you lose your job there? You put a silly face, put a box on it. Your cost is like 50 cents to $1. And you pump it out. Anyways, so Commander Masters. I spent $1 million on this thing. Sold 80%. Oh, sorry guys, I still have paint on my hands. Sorry, I was painting and cleaning a rental house. I spent $1 million. Commander Masters sold about 75% of the patrons. Kept 25% for myself. The 25% I kept, lost my ass. Literally the profitability I made selling most of this to patrons, I literally lost all of it and then went even further negative, keeping 25% of the position. Who's the Timmy? Me? Now, obviously, in 2025, oh my God, Rudy, that's Commander Masters. It's all-time high. Of course it is. Of course it is. Hang on. March of the Machine Aftermath. The collector boxes. One of my all-time favorite, ultimate shit market. If you post on a message board you like this product, insta-banned. You can only get quicker banning if you say the word Rudy or Alpha Investments. One of my favorite, cheap, bear market item that I bought hundreds of. Love it. I think it's come back though, but I still think, fun fact, came out, $150, 4 packs, collector box, wholesale. I sold them to patrons, for like $159. Thinking I was a hot shot, right? Guess what? Completely collapsed. At the bottom of the bear market, these things probably hit a low of like, what, $80, $90? Unbelievable. Obviously, everything's come back now, but I'm still not even break even for these things. Hang on. Ooh, Pokemon! Urine yellow. That's the paint code. It's not Ferrari red. It's not Fuck Me red. It's not Dodge Viper yellow. Urine yellow. You know what that's called? UI. U in me. Y because it's urine yellow. Ah, yes. Evolving Skies. 3 reprints. Every reprint, the market said, oh, get out. They're going to reprint to the ground. Cost basis, $76. Current market price, $2,076. 20x. So again, this Outlaws of Thunder Junction, the Rudy position that I kept from leftover, and some of these were clearance cases from distribution from, what's the date on these things? January of 04. So these are now 18 months old, and the market still thinks Outlaws is trash, and for some reason there are stupid employees in LGS is putting these on the internet for like $220, $230 collector box. I don't know if they've gone up or down, because they're stupid. It'll be a $500 to $1,000 box. As what I'm trying to explain to everybody is it's important to understand today's market, the emotional excitement when you see a Rudy video. Click on the Rudy video! Is he going to tell me how to get rich? Nope. I'm not. Is Rudy going to tell me how to bamboozle? Is he going to tell me how many years he's been on YouTube? How many years I've been on YouTube? Don't lie to me. Don't pretend like you don't know. Penelope! Thank you. 10 years on YouTube. Is Rudy going to pump his Patreon, tell you to sign up and buy Bloomborough boxes from me for 118 and buy Outlaws of Thunder Junction Play for 118 or buy Ixalan Draft for 118 or am I going to try to get you to buy Phyrexia Draft for 118? Am I going to try to get you to buy Dust? You get the idea. You get the idea. I'm not here to shill you all to take your money. Today is not ending in Y. That's not what I do here. But what I am doing here, why you're asking, is to remind you all that everybody is a hotshot investor right now. Everybody thinks they are the Pokemon flipping king. Everybody's the Magic King. People who I literally went to get an oil change and I saw Pokemon packs and individual Final Fantasy collector packs at the register. Seriously. The guy at the register, I said, oh, you got a Pokemon Destined Rivals booster pack. Oh, Final Fantasy collector pack. How much is the Final Fantasy collector pack? I'm sorry, how much? $149 plus tax. So, $165 for a pack of Final Fantasy. I mean, that's only like $2,000 a collector box. And you know what? I didn't feel bad for the guy. I didn't get angry at the guy. I didn't trash the store. I didn't take the tires off the display, throw them through the windows, stand on the road and boycott. Honestly, all I saw was a dude with a couple employees and his wife running the computer there, typing away. And all I saw was a business trying to make money. Now, before the last cycle of cultural nut jobs hit, capitalism and small business in this country was something to be proud of and looked forward to. Back in my day, when I could get a taco for 59 cents and Rudy could get Nacho Supreme for 99 cents. Chick-fil-A still had the waffle fries for 99 cents. Your stepsister didn't even ask for money back then. She just saw my face, saw that I had more hair, and she just frolicked on over. But in 2025, the culture is met with emotion, anger, and don't forget to hate everybody around you. Don't forget to post something negative, to review bomb a store, to get angry at something, right? I don't know when the turning point was. Some people say it's the economy. Some people say it's the wealth divide. Some people say it's politics. Some people would say it's Trump because he's orange. He's not black or white, he's orange. And of course, a lot of people don't like orange and purple people. Purple people? Purple people eater. Some people think it's because Pluto's not a planet. Some people just think that the world's unfair. And I'm going to tell you all a little secret right now about the world not being fair and all that stuff. That whole rumor about that. So I don't believe life is unfair. I think life is so fucking unfair and perverted and disturbing if you knew what really went on in the world, I don't think you would be able to sleep at night. That is my attitude of being around for 40 years on this little third rock from the sun, talking to you guys for 10 years, and selling cardboard on the internet for 10 years. And, I don't think there's certain theories that Rudy has. Number one, I want to go over some Rudy theories, because again, this video has no purpose. Number one, I don't think most people watching this channel or discovering this channel understand how big the card world is. Or if you're from Wall Street and you have a real job and you're licensed and you're like a financial advisor, beep, boop, boop, boop. Oh, absolutely. KYC, know your client. Absolutely. What's your risk tolerance? What's your liquidity? Do you have reserve saving? You're going to get into our well-diversified mutual funds here. Now, what are these fees? Don't worry about the fees. Look how nice the sun looks, and I know you like Taco Bell. It's for normal people. Let me just explain something. This card world is something that you can't explain to people. No matter what, I can't sit here and tell you all something that most of you are going to be like, wow, okay, I'm going to go tell my bud or my family member about the size of Magic and Pokemon, the trading card industry. People don't grasp the size, the money, and the scale of this business in this industry. It's almost like this giant secret that's not being hidden, but nobody believes it. If you've turned this YouTube channel off right now, and you turn off the adult porn site behind you, and you actually go and talk to a real human, not with batteries, not inflatable, a real human, male, female, whatever. If you talk to a real human who knows nothing about cards, and you say, hey, when I grow up, I'm thinking about selling cards or opening a card store, they're going to look at you and say, huh? Is there any money in that? I don't understand. So you sell them on the eBay in the Facebook marketplace, and are you outside the Walmart? Like, I don't understand. The public outside this is a small pond with a lot of hidden big fish that are deep underneath. And it's very difficult, because the reason I know this is because I see the same things come up all the time. Number one, is there really money in that? Is that a real thing? I don't understand. Number two, Rudy, nobody should be holding sealed product or collecting cards. There's no liquidity. I mean, Rudy, if this Lord of the Rings box goes from $400 or $500 to like $1,000, who's going to buy it for $1,000? I'm sorry, I can't even say that with a straight face. If this Pokemon box that was $80, urine yellow, those were my initials in middle school. If this box goes from $80 to $2,080, which is never going to happen. Oh, it did happen? Delete the video. Who's going to buy it, though? The liquidity. There's no liquidity at these prices. You can't actually sell anything. Right? So then you go to number three. Long term. The culture. No one's going to want this stuff. Magic has died 17 times. Pokemon's collapsed at least 3 or 4. So then you get into the category of long term. It doesn't have value. Culture is going to change. Magic and Pokemon in the future will be viewed as, comic books or video games or stamp collecting or antiques or 18th, 19th century Rudy oil paintings, European art, Italian, French, German, Austrian, people are going to say things like that, right? But the thing is, it reinforces to me how much the turnover of people in this hobby, how much it happens. It reinforces to me how it's not most people's fault. It's just people don't know. There is a severe lack of education when it comes to just finance in general, education in our country. And there's also a severe lack of understanding of what this industry is when you get deep underground or at the top of the mountain. When you get to extreme positions in this industry, it is, I'm telling you all, you think Rudy's the Florida kingpin that ruined your life. And I know for that one guy out there who sent me a threatening email, because I know, remember this, folks, I'll tell you a story. The guy out there last month who sent me a threatening email to murder and come after me. Remember this. I know you're unhappy because you told me you went to your local Walmart in Los Angeles, California, and your Walmart had no Pokemon. And the first thing you thought of was Rudy in Florida. Now, the Rudy, Florida man took a private jet all the way to Los Angeles, bought the 20 boxes of Pokemon in your local Walmart, and then flew all the way back across the country. Even though the private jet cost $100,000, I did make $35 on that Walmart flip. So even though there are people who have such distorted understanding of this card world, it is extraordinarily complicated with relationships, stores, inventory, the costs, the margins, and this. It's very, I don't want to say deceiving, but it sounds so easy to normal people. But the numbers in the business and the allocations get very funky. They get very not what people expect when you start getting to when you get to certain positions in this industry. And I don't think it's going to change. And the reason I'm rambling on this whole topic is now I'm going to bring back to the beginning of the video. Not where I shill my Patreon and shill, premiercardgrading.com, coupon code EXPRESS20 for 7-day turnaround on your cards. Instead of $50 a card, $19.95. You guys have been eating that shit up. It's been crazy busy. But still, I'm not here to shill. I already did that. And you guys are welcome. That's why your mom always sends me pictures after the video. I'm here to remind you all that I would say 50 to 75% of you watching right now have not been around for over 6 to 12 months in this industry. And I'm showing you these things because I want you all to understand. Oh, got another good one. I didn't see Fusion Strike. We got Pink Rudy over here, also known as PR, not promo. Pink Rudy, PR. They called me that in high school. I'm not going to tell you why, though. At least my ex did. So, these stories and these things and these failures and, Dominari Remastered, these failures, all these things. Here's another one. What is this? Oh, God. Lost Origins. Oh, God. The infamous Lost Origins from Sword and Shield. I just want people to know that right now, you have two types of people. Number one, everybody just thinks the money. Everybody is demanding as much product as possible from every distributor, no matter what it is. No matter, give me the black flare, white bolt, the black and white thing. Give me the new magic. Give me everything. I need as much flesh and blood. I need as much Weiss of every set. I need as much One Piece, every Lorcana box, every Star Wars, every Magic, every SKU, every Pokemon. I need everything. Yes, that's a thing. It's a thing. But I'm telling you all, this is not the way the industry's supposed to be. So now that leads me to the other half of the people. Those of you who have been around, and a lot of you not willing to buy because you're waiting for things to go back to normal. You're waiting to buy the dip. You're waiting for the crash. Now here's the problem. Historically, markets do not crash when easily 30% of everybody in the industry right now is waiting for Pokemon to cool off, Magic to crash. Wizards of the Coast is going to make a Magic set, and it's going to come out and bomb. Everybody knows that. And when it comes out and bombs, everything's going to tank again. It'll be Karlov Manor. It'll be Aftermath, Half-Life. It's going to be, the next crash is coming, Rudy. Pokemon, the next Obsidian Flames, Charizard. I'm telling you, Rudy, the next Fusion Strike's going to crash when they come out. I mean, Fusion Strike, I think that crashed. Did that crash? I think Fusion Strike did crash. Scarlet Violet, crash. Mr. P, it held $90 a box, $200 a box. People, Paradox Rift, crash. People, now, there is massive amount of people, I'm telling you all, easily a third of the entire industry is refusing to buy products now because they're too high, they have price memory, and they don't want to do it. And hey, that's fine. You do you. But what I'm saying, markets don't crash when a third of the market is on the sideline ready to catch the crash, buy the dip, throw in the net, put their arms out. That's not how markets crash. On Wall Street, if everybody knew Next month, sell in May and go away. Right? Is that the Wall Street phrase? Because you can time the market just like you little... No! That's not how markets work, everybody. That's the problem with this. The most bullish indicator right now is that there are so many people refusing to buy until things go back to normal. See, in 2021, everybody just thought, the new world order was here. Everybody was pitching these NFT non-fungus things. Everybody was pitching the NFT stuff. Everybody was pitching the craziest weird crypto altcoins. Hey, I still love Bitcoin. And hey, beat me up. I still think Ethereum is great. I own both. I take payments from patrons, all the time. I get payments daily and weekly of everybody. I sell cards and take payment, especially for my international patrons. I've got easily 1,000 patrons outside of the U.S. that buy not much Magic because I can't ship outside the U.S. But Pokemon, I get Pokemon, One Piece orders, tons of Flesh and Blood orders, Weiss, tons, all outside the U.S. They pay with crypto. We do it. We've been doing it for 5-6 years now. And it's one of these things where I just don't see a 2008 style crash right now. And maybe I jinx myself, and when you watch this video, everything crashes again by the time this video goes live. Hey, whatever. But I'm telling you all right now, it's just, the trend is your friend. There's too much demand and hype demanding products. And on the other side of the coin, there's too many people refusing to buy the products unless we have a dip. And that's the perfect bull market scenario. You've got 60% of the market loving it, going crazy, flipping singles, selling cards, grading cards, buying sealed product in the closet, flipping individual packs, boxes, LGSs, selling loose packs. And then, of course, other people cracking everything, putting it all in for grading. Hey, I'll shill again. PremierCardGrading.com. We have signed up, and we have more LGSs now. Literally, I do just fucking PS. Do these other companies? Literally, we have LGSs. Sign up. We give the store their own private coupon code. We give them tax exempt because they're resale. They resell their own thing and tax everything. Okay, and we give them their own coupon code for large orders of like 50 or 100 or 200 cards. So we give them bulk thing. They can get a ton of stuff. Hell, they have customers that come in. And the store will pay $13, $14 a card, and the customers walk in. They make a 35% profit. Literally, you can grade through LGSs with PCG. We are, the things we are doing behind the scenes. But it's not PSA. Again, I don't want to feel like what I do is a threat to the big boys. I want them to not care and think that we're going to fail. Because by doing that, we don't have competition. Cockiness is the yellow brick road to pretty much, quietly sneaking in, Trojan horse, and just fucking railing them. And, by the way, we got a new website up, PremierCardGrading.com. Look at the new website, everybody. Dude, it's fucking awesome. It's got the new slabs. You can see everything. It shows our sports card division and the rate. Dude, check it out. Anyways, you can't have a market collapse when the two sides of the market are going crazy and waiting to buy the dip. And yes, Magic right now is starting to become, I know, ready, hot take. Magic is starting to become Pokemon level hype. We are seeing tremendous spillover from Pokemon to Magic now. Okay? I would say the same thing with like Flesh and Blood, but, everything's sold out. There's no extra hype when, the last High C set came out and 70% of LGSs just opened everything, sold singles, and made a fortune. The other 30% of LGSs, sold the sealed boxes. Everything's sold out. Everything's out of print. And everything's fucking sky high. And everybody's fighting over it. And the number one complaint in Flesh and Blood is, the cards are expensive. I thought this was a living card game. I thought this was supposed to be like a board game where everything was supposed to be cheap. Why is this like expensive? And like, I'm going to proxy everything. You do that, Negative Nancy. And again, that's why your stepsister stays over here with me. You make choices in your life. You can be angry about it, or you can learn from it. And I'm here to tell you all, the market remains at historical levels right now, across the board. I'm going to tell you guys again, that's why I keep saying it. Bash Rudy, I don't give a fuck. I'm telling you all, this is one of the most historical times, in the most surreal times I have ever seen in my life. Like, in the bear market, when I was buying all these stores and LGS's, inventory, everything I was buying, okay? Like, at the low, when these things were $70, I was buying these from failed LGS's for probably $50 for a collector's box. Now, I didn't get to buy a lot. There's only a couple stores that failed that had some cases of this. But you get the idea. It helps offset the cases I kept at release at 150, where I lost my ass. But, you know, and now, everything is viewed so differently. But back then, it just... you know, I don't know how else to say it, but, you know, I agree with people that this is kind of a golden age of cards. You know, it wasn't supposed to happen. And see, that's exactly my fucking point. This wasn't supposed to happen, okay? Everybody said, into the COVID new era, remember, you can't wipe your box with bleach, because the bleach and cardboard, it'll make it wrinkly, and then it looks like Rudy's left nut. Well, when you got the more wrinkles, the lower it grades. Wrinkles equals sad face, right? So everybody thought the future was going to be digital. Paper. I mean, folks, there was a huge movement about paper cards weren't going to be printed by 2025. People thought paper anything, comic books, graded currency, the video games, everything's going to be digital. They're not even going to print Pokemon or Magic by 2024 and 2025. And see, that's another thing I remember very clearly that made me step back and say, because everyone feels this way. The Pokemon and Magic market is in a straight shitter, okay? The internet hive mind is saying the future is all digital. No one's going to want paper or anything. We're going to live in the fucking metaverse with Mark Zuckerberg as like the head alien Futurama. I don't know, Homer Simpson's going to have 3 hairs on his head instead of 2. And anything printed is going to be dead. So we were in this situation where printing of anything was garbage. Everything was already tanking. No matter what Pokemon released, it tanked. No matter what Magic released, you had the queen bee of Wizards was Cynthia Philip Morris Williams. Like, the woman sold cigarettes. And for some fucking reason, Wizards of the Coast said, hey, you know what? She worked at Amazon. She sold a bunch of tobacco. Dude, perfect fit for a head person. And she's female, and she sells cigarettes. Like, what the fuck? I don't know, but I'm not sure if the chick that sold the cigarettes, and now she's apparently at Funko Pops, destroyed that, and she lost her job. Who the fuck is hiring these idiots? Like, that was an era where everybody had given up. And when you have that, you have an over rubber band correction to the downside. The rubber band was stretched all the way down in tanking. And when you take a rubber band, you hold one side and you pull it all the way down. The lower and harder you pull that rubber band, what happens? Eventually, not only does it come back, but it comes back with a vengeance and usually stings. And that is exactly what happened. So now, as we're into this future, because nobody else planned, you'd have to be a dumbass Florida man to have been buying for 2-3 years in a garbage market, and when everybody just laughed and told you to die, right? You'd have to be a nut job. But then you say, what if that one nut job was right? What if there's that 1% chance that by 2024 and 2025, the market booms and nobody hoarded inventory? What would happen? Well, I'll tell you what would happen. Somebody's going to make tens of fucking millions of dollars. And the point of this video is to share history, share the timeline, and to remind everybody you should be a Rudy patron because you like money. And I've been on 10 years. I got to remind you guys that. But in all seriousness, to remind you all to email me pictures of your steps. No, I'm kidding. AlphainvestmentsLLC at gmail.com. Is to remind everybody that this is a historical golden age time of cards being led by Magic the Gathering and Pokemon. This is not normal. We will eventually find our normal. Normal for Magic, normal for Pokemon is a Pokemon booster box at release selling for $110 to $160 MSRP in this game. Okay? If the next Pokemon set comes out at $159.99, that's a normal market. Okay, that's how you're going to say, hey, look at that. Supply is properly aligned with demand. We're back to normal. Once a pin drop of normal hits, the entire fart-filled balloon of Taco Bell will pop, and all the car dealerships, all the carpet companies, all the Rudy's gas stations, they're all going to stop selling Pokemon because you can't go to your local Walmart, buy everything on the shelf, put it on the car lot, and flip it for double or triple. Once that tiny little needle moves, it will immediately be like a wildfire. Which, be careful with wildfires. That shit's scary and dangerous. Especially what happened in California. That shit was scary. But just remember, it will get back to normal. And when it does, it's going to happen fast. And most of the people in this industry are undercapitalized. They don't understand what that means because all they know is, I need as much as I can get, and when the day it shows up, they make tons of free tendies. That is not how it's supposed to work. You are supposed to pay $100 wholesale Pokemon, not inflated prices. Ugh. $100 wholesale if you're a business, and they're supposed to sell for maybe $120. After shipping and fees, maybe the store makes $3 to $5 a box. That is the way the markets, that is called the efficient market. Below MSRP, the Pokemon Center doesn't blow out. Stores make a couple dollars a box. If they want to get it off the books online, they leave it locally and sell for $139, $149. That is what is considered normal for anyone who's been in this industry a long time. Same thing. Magic play boxes and Commander and Collector. I only have all of this because all of you all, not all of you all, but most of you all who have businesses didn't want all of this. So Florida man Rudy the Liquidator has to step up and throw millions of dollars at it, and I absorb it from the market because I believe in long term. And by long, everything, like I said, Rudy, oh my God, he's got Evolving Skies for $2,000. It's a couple-year-old box. Evolving Skies is not going to be a thing to me until it's 10 plus years. That is like brand new to me. It's like Outlaws of Thunder Junction. It's 18 months. Like, that shit's like infancy, okay? I mean, literally, what, Lord of the Rings over here? What is that, a year and a half? These are not old products. That's why I don't look at them the way you all do. So, I'm done ranting and raving. I'm done trying to shill for you guys to watch my videos. I'm just trying to really drive the point home that it's difficult in the moment to understand that you're living in a moment that is not functioning properly. And the only way you understand that the machine, the matrix, the moment of life we are living in, the only way to truly believe it and truly realize, oh shit, the only way you're going to know that is in 12, 24, 36 months from now when we can look backwards and we can go, holy shit, that was a crazy time. That's the only way we're going to know. And the only way that these conversations, these theories, go from theories to seeing if it's factual. Time is the revealer. Time is what shows us who's right or wrong. Time is what shows us who's the scumbag, who's cheating, who's stealing, who's not filling the orders, who's canceling everything. Oh, Rudy, I got a secret source where they give me all my stuff super cheap. Okay. You know, if they're around in 5-10 years, then well, good job. Time reveals the truth of all of our conversations. And I knew that when I did this channel. I knew if I stayed on YouTube for 3, 5, 8, 10, 15 years, that it would almost get easier and get more fascinating the longer I was on YouTube. Hence why I bring it up. Because you can literally make content and we can see time is going to reveal the things we talked about in the last 9.5 years. And that's what you're seeing today. And that's what you're seeing the results of. And yeah, well, I didn't get everything right in this world, but I think I did pretty good. And I want you all to remember that we will get to an era where prices normalize, but the items today probably won't normalize with those items. Like right now, with Magic, you got Edge of Eternities coming out. Patrons, you already know the end of the month, we got 5 sales lined up. Collector, Commander, Play, Bundles. Yeah, we're doing all that crap. And yeah, yes. And yes, by the way, the rumors are true. Edge of Eternity play boxes, if you are a patron, I sell them for $100. And yes, I do pay your PayPal fees. I don't do the shady friends and family to avoid the fees until PayPal bans all of us. No, I pay your PayPal fees and I ship it for you. It's $100. There's no hidden thing. Well, you can send $100. If you like, Rudy, tip me 69 cents. $100 is 69 cents. And yeah, so we have all that stuff coming up. And yeah, I ordered the shit out of Edge of Eternities when everybody made fun of it. Whatever, who cares? Again, time will take care of it. But remember, everybody, it is an uncertain world. So this glorious golden age of cards, this era will eventually shift. It could be shifting right now. It could be shifting in 30 days. It could shift to New Year's of 2026. It could shift in 5 years. We could be in the heart of a 5-10 year decade of the ultimate, devaluation of U.S. currency and the dollar. Bitcoin could go sky high. Collectibles can run with it. Stocks can run with it. And that could be scary. That's scary. The only thing more dangerous, if you've ever studied finance long term, and I promise I'm ending the video here, but for those of you made it this long, if you've ever studied finance and money and currency, any high level finance, when I was in college and I was studying corporate finance, the only thing more dangerous than all of you out there talking about recessions and crashes and living in fear and hiding and everything, the only thing that's scarier than that mindset is the opposite. People don't understand. Market crashes and corrections and resets. That's good. That flushes out the dumbasses who have businesses that need to be just wiped off the map. That cleans the monopoly board. But the most dangerous thing of all is a melt up. If you've never heard the term melt up, you should Google in the financial world. What does a Wall Street melt up? What is hyperinflation or a melt up? What does that mean? Melt up is probably one of the most dangerous, destructive things you can have in a society or a culture, anything with a currency. Because literally, just research it. Just research. That's the kind of stuff. Like when I see, if this evolving skies box goes from $2,000 to $20,000, that scares me. Because now I'm like, well, wait a minute. Is that because the currency it's being priced in is worthless? Like, there are other things that are scarier than what you think you're worried about. Most things the human brain thinks about don't come true. That's why they're called fears. 90-something% of all fears that we all live our life by never actually happen. Think about that. Over 90% of the things in our entire lives that we freak the fuck out about aren't even real and are never going to happen in our life. And you're like, I just spent the last 20 years worrying about this? It's a beautiful world out there. As always, Rudy's penis. Did anybody do a buyout yet? Is that ever going to happen?